Hi, this is Kevin Reisch at 91 Tuttle Street in Wallington, New Jersey, doing a repair attempt for State Farm. First, you gotta look at the quality of the shingles. We got missing shingles all over the front elevation, including creases. There is 4 layers on the roof. In addition to that, you have to see that the shingles are deteriorating. When doing a repair, you have to also know what is underneath. Underneath the shingle are organic shingles. This is a missing shingle on the back elevation. There's organic shingles that are crumbling underneath. So this is not a suitable nailing surface. In addition to that, the manufacturing requires that you do not install any shingles on top of more than 2 layers. In addition to that, the wood underneath this shingles, if you can see in here, is 1x10s. The manufacturers do not allow you to install shingles on top of anything over a 1x6. So we already have a crumbling shingle underneath, which is not allowed to be installed upon. In addition to that, you have 1x10s underneath, which are also not allowed by the manufacturers to install on. On the back side of the roof, you have missing shingles on that corner, which extend down to the other lower roofs. More missing shingles on this corner, which extends down to that roof. You have missing shingles on this side. In addition to that, you have creases in the roof. Let's see if I can find them. I saw one up. Here's one right here. You can see a crease right here. Let's see another crease right here. So right here. These shingles are also deteriorating, which does not make for a suitable repair attempt. We're going to fix this crease. The reason we're not fixing these is because it requires cutting and a little more labor intensive. This one is a little bit easier to replace because it's one clean shingle. This is the shingle we are repairing, and these are the shingles above it. There are no damage to them. It is about 80 degrees outside, so it is a prime day to do a repair. And let me just try to set my camera up. What if I do it the other way? No. Alright, let's see. Hopefully this works. Okay. This is the shingle. Let's see if you can see it. Okay. Still recording. It's windy up here, steep roof, and I can't stand my camera up. This is great. Let's see if I put this here to help. Can you see that shingle? Yes, okay. So we've taken the shingle out. You can already see that up here you got a crease forming. Another one right here forming. A little bit right here. More from here. I'm going to continue the repair, but we're already, just by taking the nails out, we have shingles creasing. This over here. Okay, repairs right there. Okay. So a lot of times, insurance companies want us to use what they call a roof snake. Roof snake is an interesting tool. The theory behind it is that you're able to nail underneath the shingle without bending the shingle far enough to cause creases. You already saw that from just removing the nails, it formed creases. But another issue with this tool is that the manufacturers require that the nail head be flat against the roofing surface. The only way to do that is for this to be flat against the surface. In order to make that possible, this back piece also has to be flat against the surface. So when you strike it with a nail, with your hammer, boom, it causes a divot in the shingle to below, similar to like a hail strike. So I don't recommend using this tool because, as I just stated, you cause damage to the shingle to below. So you're avoiding bending the shingles to 45 degrees, but now you're causing an indentation on the shingle below, which means when I go up a road and nail this in, same thing happens to the one I'm installing now, and vice versa, and it just keeps happening. So I don't recommend this tool. I think it's a great idea, but I think it still needs to be perfected. It's not there yet. Another issue with it, when you put the nail in here to get started, the nail is flimsy, and a lot of times it bends, pulls, goes a different direction. I can't install it like this. I can't install it like this. It has to be flat, straight down, in order to get the nail head in the right position. I will do one nail for demonstration purposes, but then after that I will be doing it the traditional way. So here we go. As you can see, the nail is now bent, so I can't use this nail now. I'll try it one more time. So as you can see, in order for me to get it flat, now I have a divot right here, which wasn't there before. It's like almost like a hail hit. It's like an indentation with crushed granulars. That damage wasn't here prior to the repair. It shouldn't be here after the repair. I think this is a great concept. I think it needs to be perfected better. We're not there yet, so we don't have any tool that can act like this. So for the sake of ease of repair, I'm going to do it the traditional way, and here I go. All right, so the repair is done. As you can see, we got some creases here. See, from the flexion, you got creases here. You got some creasing right here, coming right here. You got more creases right here. You got more creases right here. This roof cannot be repaired without causing additional damage to the roof. Both the traditional way, which causes creases, the creases happened when we were taking the nails out originally. They just got worse as we started nailing. Additionally, this indentation from the roof snake is now there, which wasn't there prior, so can't do it by the roof snake. You also shouldn't be doing it because the bottom layer is organic and is crumbling, which is not a suitable nailing surface. Additionally, the wood underneath is a 1x10, which is also not a suitable nailing surface and is not allowed to be installed per the manufacturer requirements. There's 4 layers, which is also against building code. I've been doing insurance claims for a while now, and this is the first time I've ever seen a repair trying to be forced onto a homeowner in these circumstances. Additionally, there's wind damage on the garage as well. There's damage on the back slope here. There's missing shingles. There's creases. The repair attempt caused further damage. There's missing shingles on the front slope. There's deterioration. I mean, I don't know what we're doing here, guys. This roof needs to be replaced. Any repair you propose is going to cause further damage. The property is being insured. You never once told them to change the roof because of the quality. They paid their premium, and now they call in a claim because you have wind damage and missing shingles, and you're not trying to repair it properly. So I'm unsure why we are fighting over this roof. Thank you.